Hello, everybody, and welcome back to NCAA 2004. We are back with another new season of the Alabama Crimson Tide Dynasty mode. We're here in year number 7, following a 13-1 campaign in year number 6, winning the Sugar Bowl against the Miami Hurricanes, and we're getting things started with another top 10 matchup to start our next season against the Penn State Nittany Lions. And of course, on the road to Happy Valley, you gotta play on the road if you're gonna play a big team like this. I've talked in the previous season when we played Michigan last year about playing more bigger programs and bigger teams. So I added Pitt to the schedule as well, along with Duke out of the ACC, even though Duke is horrendous always during this era of college football. I mean, honestly, just in general, period, except for now recently. But anyway, Penn State is still a top 10 team here in the Big Ten. They've had some ups and downs last year. They went 11-2 in the just in general, in the Big Ten. I think both of their losses came in conference play. They didn't win the Big Ten, but they did manage to beat Arkansas in the Capital One Bowl. So remember, we were slated to play Penn State in the Capital One Bowl, but we ended up winning the SEC, which of course changed our trajectory of our season. But, you know, about 3 weeks left in the season, we were still projected to play Penn State in the Capital One Bowl, which would have been, I think, our second time going to that game, but it didn't happen. So we have a new look team here. It's a very young team. We only have like a few seniors. When I was writing down the roster for my roster sheet, there's only a few seniors on this team. So if we can manage to pull off getting back to the BCS national title game this year, I mean, we'll still have a couple years with these guys who are on the team. So that is still far away. We have to get through this top 10 matchup today, though, and we have a lot of ranked matchups on our schedule every year, and this is just adding another one. So Penn State's offense getting started quickly here, and Penn State's quarterback, junior Gerald Ware, dumps this one off to their top receiver, Wayne Yates, who's also a junior, and he gets a nice pickup for the Nittany Lions. So fast forward to a 2nd and 9 here. Ware's going to take the snap, quickly get rid of this one. It's George Leon, one of the biggest players on our defense here, and he's going to fumble on the interception return, but that's going to still get recovered by another defensive player, so we are still going to retain possession off of the turnover thanks to George Leon picking that one off, our big middle linebacker. So 1st and 10 now. We got a new starter here at quarterback, obviously. Tim Lewis is gone. He graduated early, as did our top receiver, Chad Whitaker, who also graduated early. And now we have Stephen Bentley, our starting quarterback. We saw a little bit last year due to some blowouts. He did play a little bit last year, and here he is now starting full-time, and he's getting things started early with a nice big pickup here to Scotty Mitchell to get inside the 20-yard line of Penn State. So 1st and 10 now for the Crimson Tide offense. And we're going to try and run the option here. And quickly, Bentley has to pitch this one off to Christian Mitchell, our new starting running back, who picks up the first down, as we also lost Lamont Farrell and Garrett Lewis to graduation last season. They were both seniors. So we kind of lost a big dip in production at the running back position. But Christian Mitchell is still a formidable starter. I think he's like an 87 overall. So we're definitely not losing too much at that position. But it is noticeably worse. I won't say considerably, but noticeably. 1st and goal now. Bentley under some pressure, and he's going to get flattened from behind and strip sacked. I guess he just didn't see the pressure coming. Obviously didn't sense it behind him, but he is going to fumble. He is going to fumble after getting hit, and Penn State's going to recover it. So off of the Penn State turnover, we turned it over ourselves, driving it all the way down into the red zone. But on a 3rd and 9, Ware holding onto the football is going to end up getting flattened by Pete Barron, the junior left end. So they're going to have to punt it away, and now with the football close to midfield, one play is all it's going to take as Stephen Bentley lays out a deep shot to Thomas Samples, one of the returning receivers from last season. He's a little bit further down the depth chart here, but he's making big things happen in this game as Stephen Bentley absolutely sends up a Hail Mary of a ball here, and that safety collapsed on that route here, but just kind of mistimed it, I guess, by a second or so. We've seen that a few times in this game, and Thomas Samples able to haul that one in here and get brought down just into the end zone. Barely, he just got into the end zone. He was very close to being just shy of the goal line here, but 7-0 is now the score after 1 quarter of play, and now Penn State's offense starting to reach a period of stagnation as we are once again moving with the football. Another option play, and Christian Mitchell is going to get just enough here to pick up a first down to keep our drive alive and moving. And we're going to get another look at it, another fresh look at it. I thought we were going to cut right into the next play, but we're going to get another look at Christian Mitchell's, I guess, option play. So I guess we're still going to run. Tim Lewis didn't run the football, or no, he did run the football a lot, but Stephen Bentley, I don't know if running is necessarily his strong suit, but throwing definitely is, as he lays up another deep shot to the corner of the end zone, and Jody Quinn now coming down with this one, another important name from last season, making things happen already in week number 1, or I guess week 2, against Penn State here in Happy Valley. Valley. Beautiful play from the Crimson Tide offense, and now we're going to take a 14-0 lead over the Nittany Lions. Once again, back on offense in Penn State territory on a 3rd and short. Bentley rolls to his right and throws across the middle, and that one's going to be caught for a first down, I believe, to Christian Mitchell, the running back. So we've seen some effective running back receiving before, and we get a little bit taste of it here. And we're going to run with the option play again. Stephen Bentley probably could have held on to it and kept going. I think he had a pretty open lane, but he's going to pitch it to Christian Mitchell, who was still able to get up to the first down marker and maybe get another yard or two more. So a kind of an awkward option play. I guess Stephen Bentley really trying to avoid the contact if he can, but on 3rd and 10, trying to get into the end zone once again, and this one's going to get dumped off towards the left side, kind of closer to the middle of the field, and it is caught by Christian Mitchell again, but he's going to be shy of the line to gain. So it's going to be 4th and 3 for the Crimson Tide offense, and that's going to give an opportunity to John Bellamy in his sophomore season as our kicker to try and nail this one through, and he does just that. Remember last year, thanks to some torrential winds, some hurricane-level winds, he really struggled in his first game in the Crimson Tide uniform, but he's 1 for 1 today, so we're happy about that. With 18 seconds left, there's still time to get some more points as Penn State's offense keeps giving us opportunities here, and another humongous deep shot downfield from Stephen Bentley right into Jody Quinn's hands, and it's another Crimson Tide touchdown. Going to squeeze this one in here before the clock hits triple zeros in the first half, and just one-on-one coverage, man. You keep giving us one-on-one with Jody Quinn, and we're going to take it every single time. At least Stephen Bentley certainly is. He's feeling that confidence already in his first game as a full-time starter, and now we're up 24-0 on the 8th-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions, man. Talk about starting off strong. So Penn State finally getting something moving here on offense on a 3rd and 10, and Ware deep shot downfield. Now it's going to get caught along the sidelines. That's going to be Jeff Williams, the sophomore, who's able to haul that one in for the Nittany Lions. So fast forward to a 3rd and 5. Penn State trying to get the first down. They desperately need it, and Ware going to lay this one out on the left side of the field, and it's going to be Wayne Yates once again getting a nice catch here for the Nittany Lions to finally get Penn State on the board. So we shut out the Nittany Lions in their own place here in the first half, and it takes a Herculean effort just to get them rolling on offense, and they finally score. And they're going to keep the offense on the field here because they're trying to claw back into this game any way that they can. Ware takes a couple steps back and flips this one across the middle, I believe to the tight end. I think it was the tight end who caught it, but either way, Penn State's going to get the 2 points here. So 8-24 is now your score. Kind of an awkward score here, but we're moving once again on offense on 1st and 10. Pressure is on to Bentley, but he gets rid of it quickly, and this one's going to get caught by Jody Quinn once again, and he's going to be brought down out of bounds at about the 25 or 26 yard line of Penn State. And once again, we are moving with the football. 2nd and 10, we're going to send Christian Mitchell in motion here to run a route. He's already caught a couple passes, and Stephen Bentley's going to throw to that side, but it's not going to be Christian Mitchell. It's going to be Scotty Mitchell who's going to haul that one in here. And I guess we could say that they're brothers canonically. We've had a few same last names on the team before. You know, we had Tim Lewis and Garrett Lewis, quarterback and running back, so maybe we can just say canonically these are all relatives of each other, right? Maybe Scotty Mitchell and Christian Mitchell are relatives. Maybe they're cousins. But either way, Scotty Mitchell gets himself involved here with a touchdown. And that's going to be 31-8 is now going to be your score after 3 quarters. So not a whole lot left can happen in this game here, but we are going to look at a few more things here. So on a short yardage situation, we're going to hand this one off to Christian Mitchell, who's making a huge impact on the ground here, picking up the first down and a heck of a lot more, getting brought down at about the 20-yard line of Penn State, giving us another red zone opportunity as we fast forward to a 3rd and 5. Stephen Bentley drops back here, clean pocket here, dumps it off in the flat to Thomas Samples. He was just sitting there by himself waiting, and he had some open space in front of him but couldn't get back or couldn't get to the first down marker, and he's going to be brought down just a few inches shy. So on 4th and inches, Sick Name's going to take the safe route here and just send out John Bellamy to add 3 points to our already pretty enormous lead. So 34-8 is going to be the score as Penn State's still struggling to find some consistency on offense. Already under 4 minutes left in the game, and Penn State struggling to get anything rolling here, and now Gerald Ware is going to find another Alabama linebacker. This time Pat Burks, the freshman, who is making his first start at the right linebacker side here, and he's going to get a nice interception to start his Crimson Tide career, so which is hopefully going to be 4 full years. So fast forward later on in the game, we would get a field goal out of that turnover, and Penn State's finally going to add some more points here with less than a minute left to go, so they could tell their moms that the score was closer than it really was, as Gerald Ware hits the tight end Dante Robinson, the senior, to get another touchdown. So 37-15 is going to be your final score here in Happy Valley. We travel all the way up to State College and absolutely hammer the number 8th ranked team in the country. And this is what it's all about, man. Setting ourselves aside early, letting people know, letting the entire other 17 FBS teams know that they're on notice, man. There's only one team that could probably step with us, and it's whoever's ranked number 1, which is Texas, I believe. I think it's currently Texas who's ranked number 1 in the country. But taking a look over the game here, we really didn't even run the ball that effectively. Penn State managed to, even though we didn't see any of those big plays here. We were also terrible on third down. The turnover game was kind of a bit of a wash here. Obviously, we did have our own turnover later on in the game here where it really didn't matter. Penn State, of course, with 2 interceptions themselves, which I don't think really changed the tide of the game since things kind of got out of hand well before that. But either way, Stephen Bentley has himself a great first game as a starter here as a sophomore. No interceptions. We're so used to Tim Lewis with the gimme interceptions. Stephen Bentley doesn't have those. Christian Mitchell, 65 yards on the ground. I'll take that. Thomas Samuels and Jody Quinn both leading the charge in the receiving corps. Scott Mitchell doesn't really get super involved, but still effective in this game nonetheless here. We can't downplay his contributions, of course. Blaine Bolden gets himself a sack in this game here. Pat Burks, of course, the interception that we saw. And John Bellamy, one heck of a game. We're going 3 for 3. So heading back to the hub here, we managed to pick up our yearly win against Kentucky, who's already off to a terrible start once again. And we also managed to beat Pitt. I did want to watch that game. I thought it was a road game, but it's not, and Pitt wasn't very good, so I decided to sim through it here and just get ahead to our annual top 10 matchup against the Arkansas Razorbacks. This time we're back in Tuscaloosa playing Arkansas, so it's going to be another important game here, a season-defining game, so hope to see you guys in Tuscaloosa when we take on the Razorbacks again.